How's it going, everyone? Andy here from 4K Downtime, back at you with another 4K news slash 4 as well. Now, we already know for a while now that Sony is not going to be attending E3 this year, so it's not just about they not having a press conference, they literally don't even want to be there at all. And recently we've just heard about EA basically not exactly doing the same thing, because they are still going to have a presence there, but they just don't want to do their press conference anymore. And thank God for that, because their press conference for the last, I would say, 5 years, I can't go any way back because I couldn't remember how far back has it been sucking, but at least the last couple of years it was just cringe after cringe after cringe. So this year they're actually just taking a more simpler approach and just be on the show floor, like, you know, with EA Play, instead of having the press conference. So that's much better for me, because like I said, I just can't stand like another press conference from theirs. But that's not what I'm here to discuss. What I'm here to discuss is why is, like, you know, companies kind of slowly pulling out of E3. And for me personally, while I can't actually, like, you know, say that maybe it's because E3 is irrelevant, even though I have heard some people said that, yeah, it's becoming less and less irrelevant just purely because with the age of the internet. And the other thing which I really dislike is that I think rumors and leaks has really kind of like ruined E3 for me. Because back then, like, if we talk about 10 to 15 years ago, back then, like, you know, it was fun to have speculation and it was fun to be excited, like, you know, for E3, because you didn't know exactly what to expect. Like, you know, it was pretty much everything back then when they showed at E3, it was a surprise. Like, you didn't saw it coming, and when it does come, your excitement is like through the roof, because again, there were no leaks and there were no rumors back then. So when it does happen, you're genuinely excited. But today, I can't help but to feel like whenever E3 is just around the corner, even when we do make discussions about what we're expecting, it seems to be more along the line of, oh, I wonder whether or not if this rumor is true, or I wonder whether or not if this leak was actually true by this person who has this source or whatsoever. It seems to be more about that, and because of that, I'm just like, you know, kind of every E3, I felt like I rarely get surprised these days. Essentially, like, on occasion it will happen, but for the most part, you pretty much know what to expect because of all the leaks. And it seems like, you know, even companies and publishers have actually come out and say like they're not happy with it either. I believe Ubisoft themselves was pretty pissed at one point when Assassin's Creed Odyssey got leaked before E3 actually happened. So it does felt like, yeah, they're kind of getting annoyed, and, you know, for gamers alike, even I get annoyed sometimes, like, you know, with these rumors and leaks. And what's really worse here is that a lot of gaming news outlet, they report on it as well. Like, you know, despite that it's a rumor that has probably not much credibility on it. Now, I know that there's some out there that is credible, but again, I felt like the leaks and the rumors, they just kind of ruin it for, at least they ruin it for me. Like, you know, I'm not sure for a lot of other gamers out there, maybe they like it, but I just felt like E3 for me, at least, like, you know, now, yeah, it's not nearly as exciting as it was back then. And because we're seeing, like, you know, more company pulling out right now, I'm just kind of like, you know, thinking, is there going to be more companies to soon follow that suit as well? Like, you know, because with PlayStation, they're obviously hosting their own PlayStation experience and everything like that. And EA, like I said, they still haven't kind of like a presence there. It's through EA Play instead of having the actual press conference. So the way how I kind of see this is maybe press conference will start to, like, you know, become non-relevant. Maybe more companies will stop doing it. But at least in terms of, like, you know, being there, I still felt like not that many companies will pull out. Like, for example, with Nintendo, despite that they have Nintendo Direct and everything, they're still at E3, they're still present there, they're still going to do their digital event. Maybe that is something I could see most companies actually go for now. Like, you know, instead of hosting those really expensive stage shows, like, you know, where they just talk about games for about half an hour to 45 minutes, sometimes even longer, they just do a quick, like, you know, a digital event like Nintendo, just, like, you know, do kind of like a rapid gunfire when they just keep launching games, and then after that they have their Treehouse Live event. And who knows, I always thought this is actually the best approach, at least for me. Just kind of like, you know, watch this digital event, and then you see all the games that you're interested. If you're interested and you want to know more, yeah, you follow through the Treehouse. But if it doesn't concern you, then no biggie, because that trailer was probably only a minute or two long. But it seems like EA might even is taking that approach. But I feel like this year E3 might be a bit dry, just because, like, you know, so many companies is also pulling out. And again, I have a feeling like things like leaks and rumors is going to be very rampant, especially like, you know, once we're approaching E3 more and more. I mean, what do you guys think? Is E3 becoming like, you know, less and less relevant today? Like, you know, do you think it will eventually die off? Especially like, you know, nowadays it doesn't even seem like it's for the media anymore. Like anybody could just go. And does it make it better or does that make it worse? Comment below and let me know. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Andy from 4K Downtime signing off.